Joining me now is Republican mayoral candidate for Lyman County, South Carolina, Mark Garcia, and Democrat Mayor of Englewood, New Jersey, Michael Wildes. Thank you both for being here, gentlemen. Mayor Wildes, we'll begin with you. As a mayor, you see the role that local government plays in people's lives, directly impacts the folks, and they give you direct feedback. Shouldn't more power over our lives shift from national to state and local?
People know who their presidents, their governors, and their mayors are. And it's important for us always to connect. And yes, the truth is, local mayors can run for governors and for presidents because if they can put out fires in communities and deal with refuse and public works and all kinds of other issues, generally they can get through the bigger problems in the world. The problem is that there's a real focus on network news in the capitals, whether it's in New Jersey with us in Trenton or Washington, D.C. on the federal level. And it's important for people to have relationships. I'm now, God willing, on the ballot next week for my fourth term. There's never been a four-term mayor in the city of Englewood in New Jersey, and in many ways because of my engagement with the community. And that means being there, walking. I'm a Sabbath-observant Jew. I'm an immigration lawyer. So in my professional and my personal life, I make sure I'm there. I'll walk 5 miles on a Sabbath to be with people that I have no idea who they are, but it's important for me to be seen. And I'm helping people who have immigration challenges in the United States. It's connecting with what you have and what they know and appreciate about.
Exactly. And Mark, what do you say? Should the power be closer to we the people rather than in some far-off capital?
I honestly believe the foundation of our federal government is based on and standing upon the local government. So it's the mayors, it's the council members that the entire nation rests upon. If you look at it structurally, you have the presidency or the national capital, if you will, covering being an umbrella to the state as well as the municipalities of that state. It's kind of a hierarchical structure. And so when you realize that the local government is actually the foundation for the nation, you begin to realize that there's a little greater weight because we are really the ones that meet face-to-face to people. We get to talk to people. We get to also really impact their lives in a more direct way than national campaigns do. We're the ones that determine how much they're going to pay their property taxes. We're the ones that determine how fire is going to be handled, how annexation of land and roads are going to be handled. So we affect their lives on a day-to-day basis as a local government.
Yeah, I want to ask you about both this question, and Mayor, we'll start with you. The number one issue that you deal with, it's in your community, that Washington, D.C. has no idea or even concedes exists. What is it?
So the impact, I believe, fundamentally on public safety has changed when it came to the pandemic. And in our part of the nation now with Hurricane Ida, the after effects, where Mother Nature is actually testing our mettle, not just in a pandemic, but through climate change and so forth. And I have to say, I have the privilege of being Melania Trump's immigration lawyer and a relationship with many people across the aisle, whether you're Democrat or Republican, and I'm a very proud Democrat. When it came to dealing with people that I disagreed with publicly, but being agreeable when it came to the public safety and to helping people, it was so important. So people appreciate that I'm a very proud Democrat, but I have a relationship with the former First Lady, and that if there are challenges, I'm not going to be shy in using my access and my relationships in order to help people. But if I have to coin it, it's the vulnerability that people feel in this pandemic.
Yeah, Mark, what about you in your town? What is the single biggest issue D.C. has no idea that local officials are going to have to tackle?
I think the greatest thing that we have in South Carolina, and of course I'm biased, right, is the simple fact that 1975, the state of South Carolina passed home rule. Home rule requires that we actually be a nonpartisan race for municipalities of the state of South Carolina. And that leveled the playing field because now there's no Republican, there's no Democrat, and I don't have to garner a Republican Party or Democrat Party for finances. It comes out of what I can raise from people who support me, as well as from my own pocket, if need be. And so that's the biggest issue that I think Washington is not aware of here in this particular area in South Carolina. The other part for me, actually, the biggest challenge is is getting people to understand that although my last name is Garcia, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a Democrat. So I think that's the big bias here in South Carolina, that you're thinking he's Latino, he must be a Democrat. Well, let's get chat. Let's sit and have a cup of coffee. Let's build relationship, and you judge what I really am.
I think he
Well,
coins
yeah,
it well.
as your liberty-loving, as your liberty-loving Latino can attest to that that prejudice out there. Sorry, guys, I got to scoot. Mayor Michael Wildes, Marta Garcia, good luck in your races, and thanks for carving out time for the Salcedo Show.